Hello, barbecue enthusiasts. It is Friday, August 16th, 2019. Got a little less than a chimney of charcoal firing up in the PK here. Be the third time ever I've cooked on this, and the first time ever cooking wings on it. Kind of curious to see how some smoked wings are going to turn out. Going to do an indirect thing with the coals on the right side, chicken on the left. I made up a homemade drip pan here just so all the drippings off the chicken go there, and I can clean it up easy because we've got a bear hanging around the neighborhood and I don't want to attract him. So did two cooks on this a couple of weekends ago. Haven't had a chance to use this cooker since we've been at another location. Did a couple of porterhouse steaks and they turned out really well. Indirect smoking 225 and then a direct sear, and then the next night did some green chili cheeseburgers. Those turned out pretty good. I think I need to do 2 chimneys of charcoal on this in order to do burgers. The grill never really got as hot as I wanted it to, and it only added a couple of minutes to the cook time, but I like to cook my burgers real hot, get a char on them, and just a little bit pink in the middle. And we ended up just a little bit pink in the middle, but not very charred on the outside. So green chili cheeseburgers are on the menu again tomorrow night, and I'm going to try 2 chimneys of charcoal. Also using briquettes instead of lump. I've been using lump in the smokers out here to establish a coal bed, but thought I'd give briquettes a try in this and see if they burn any hotter or more consistently. Later. Okay, so I got the coals dumped, a piece of hickory on there. That's going to be nice. I'm used to cooking on exclusively on oak. This is allowing me to use a little bit of hickory. I'm looking forward to that. Got all the wings on. They've been brining for about 36 hours. I brine all my chicken for at least 24 hours. 36 is even better, and 48 is even better than that. So, and then I've just got them slathered with some mayonnaise. Heard from a couple of different sources that mayonnaise helps to crisp the skin. You can also use cornstarch or baking powder. I understand. I've never tried those. But I just use the mayonnaise as a binder. It seems to work pretty well. And then I've just got a simple Texas style rub on there. And I've got some sauce reducing on the stove now. Very simple also, just Frank's Red Hot. I forgot to pick up habaneros at the store today, so I asked my wife to pick up habaneros on her way home. She got jalapenos. Well, jalapenos just aren't hot enough. So I added some ground habanero to the sauce and some crushed red pepper, and that's going to have to suffice for tonight. So, and not all these will get sauced. We'll just eat some of them smoked. So as you can see, the cooking surface is pretty crowded there. I normally cook my wings whole, and for whatever reason I decided not to tonight. I went through the extra trouble of separating it, and it's a good thing I did, because I don't think they'd have fit with that little extra thing hanging off whatever you call the wingtip. Probably a wingtip. The way I've arranged this, I've never cooked wings on this grill before, but I put the drummies with the fat end towards the heat. Just seemed logical. And I've got the winglets back here. Where I'm betting I'm going to have to rotate some of this. At the very least, some of this is going to finish earlier than the rest. So we'll see. Shooting for about 300 to 350 degrees. It's not going to show up on here now, but it was about 325 when I put the chicken on. So. Also going to be curious as I work with this grill to see just how hot I can get it. We're at an elevation of 8,500 feet here. That's over 1.5 miles for those of you in Rio Linda, above sea level. So we'll see if we have any drawing oxygen air issues type things, as the oxygen molecules are a little further apart here than they are down low. And I did notice I was having a little bit of trouble getting the temperatures up hotter last week with the burgers, as I'd mentioned. And I think that was probably more a fuel issue than an airflow issue. But again, indirect, you guys know the drill. Dampers open here, vents open here. This vent's closed, this one's closed, that damper. So that's about it. This isn't a how-to or anything. I'm just filming this to stay relevant. Wait. Stay relevant. I'd have to be relevant in the first place, and I never have been. Okay, so I did a video, an overview of this a couple of weeks ago, and if you haven't seen that, don't look for it. It sucks. But I was talking about the ash hole and the ash hole plug. PK's nomenclature, that's what they call that. And we had a bear problem at the same time too, and it reminded me of a joke. And I forgot to tell it the other day when I was filming this, so I'm going to tell it now. It's an oldie. Let me know if you've heard this. How do you catch a polar bear? I don't know. How do you catch a polar bear? Well, first you cut a hole in the ice. Then you put some peas around the hole. And when the bear comes up to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole. All right. So I haven't the slightest idea how long these have been on. The first Lone Star went down really fast, and the second one just as fast. So I'm kind of losing track of time. But they're starting to get some pretty good color. I just poked them with my finger, and they've got a ways to go. There's no doubt about that. But for what it's worth. I remember now the point of all this. Started about 325. That's about as hot as I could get it. And it's below that now because I had the lid open. But just a tad over 300 is all I'm seeing. So I'd really like to see 350. Maybe next time I'll start out with a whole chimney of charcoal. This time I had filled the whole chimney, dumped the charcoal into the cooker, cold of course. I hadn't lit it or anything, just to see how much a whole chimney would fill up on one side. And it looked like way too much charcoal to me. So I pulled, I don't know, maybe quarter or third of the chimney out. And I probably should have just done the whole chimney. So, but that's what this is all about. It's new cooker, figuring it out. Okay, so I turned the lights on. I'm still not sure how long this, or how well this is going to show up, but the boss says these things have been on for just under an hour. And they're probe and done. They don't look very crispy. I guess we'll find out how they turned out, but that's about it. By the way, I really like this thing for chicken. It's got a needle probe. It's made by ThermalWorks, but these are expensive. It's great for chicken, but yeah, anyway. I'm on my third Lone Star. Hasta la vista. So it's the next night. Got a couple of chimneys of charcoal going here. It's green chili cheeseburger night. Did some wings last night, and they turned out pretty good. I was able to get the grill up to about 325 degrees for a short while, and then it dropped down to about a needle width above 300 for the remainder of the cook, and stirring the coals and everything else didn't seem to help at all. So everything was opened up. The only thing I know to do next time is to increase the fuel, which sounds like the logical choice, or reduce it if that doesn't work. So we'll continue to experiment with that, but I'd like to see something closer to 350. Tonight I've got 2 charcoals a chimney. Last time I did hamburgers about 2 weeks ago, I'd only done 1 chimney of charcoal, and the grill didn't get quite as hot as I would have liked it to. So added a little bit of time to the burgers, and didn't get quite the char on them that I would like, and also didn't toast the buns on the other side of the grill as well as I'd like, so I need a little more charcoal for that. So that's why I'm doing two chimneys tonight. But this is going to go quick. There's not much else to show. Doggy, yeah, that's hot. So got the charcoal up to temperature, got the burgers on. We'll see how this turns out. Get them a little thinner on the other side just to toast the buns, and of course get a good char on this side. This is looking a whole heck of a lot better than last week. Got some green chilies going on. These it's about that time of the year again. These are extra hot green chilies from Hatch. It's about that time of the year to buy a couple, 3, 4 more bushels and roast them. But we just apportion these and then let them sweat out of the roaster, and just wrap them with the skins on after they've had a chance to sweat, and then just peel them. That's not too much, it's just right. Swiss cheese. And in case you're wondering why one burger is a little bigger than the other, my wife can't eat a very big burger, but my wife's boyfriend likes bigger burgers, so he gets a big one, and then if there's any left over, of course I get it. So that's it. The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Oop. Get that thing right off the grill. And there we have it, green chili cheeseburgers in 7 minutes or less. Yeah, it worked a lot better having a little more charcoal in there.